What's up guys, Rick with RallySport Direct here, and today is kind of a big day for me because our tune is in 1 week, and today we find out whether or not the car is going to, easily make it on the dyno in 1 week, or whether or not we're scrambling to get everything done to get the car tuned. So, what are we gonna do today? First, let's roll the intro. So today I'm going to run a boost leak test to make sure we don't have any leaks in the system. If there are, we're gonna have to fix them. Hopefully, if there are, they're not hard to fix. And we're doing a compression check, which is always the scary part because you find out whether or not the motor's healthy. And we've been driving around on this thing with over boosting for a bit. And I just hope everything's okay. So, and then I'd also like to fix the ECU problem. I've been researching that, and thanks to a lot of your guys' comments. So we're gonna try to fix that today as well. Let's just jump right into it. Let's get this car ready, and let's hope and pray that everything's gonna go okay. That was a great rhyme. Okay, let's get started. First, we're gonna start off with something very easy. I'm gonna clear the check engine light. We're gonna let the car sit for 1 whole minute, maybe even longer. Someone commented that I didn't let the car sit for long enough, and honestly, they're probably right. And so we're gonna try that first, and then if that doesn't work, I'm going to flash on a new map. And if it won't allow the map to flash, that's a good sign that the ECU is bad. So let's hope that we can clear the check engine light easily. Let's get started. All right, so let's go down to troubleshooting, reset codes, and of course it's the same one. Okay, now let's shut that off for 1 minute. I'll be right back. All right, it's been well over a minute. I'm being patient, so let's see if we cleared this check engine light. Oh, mama! Yeah! Okay, thank you. Whoever suggested that, I can't remember your name. I'll try to give you credit later. But you just saved me. It was just basically my impatience. Let's turn this thing off. So that means that the ECU is good. Everything should be fine. Hopefully it won't come back on. But now, because basically, okay, I did research, and if the check engine light doesn't go off after you leave it sitting for a while, after you clear the codes, leave it off sitting for a while, basically your next step is to try to install a map if you've got an access port or Ecutech or whatever you're running. And if the ECU does not accept the new map, you might have fried the ECU. So that means your next step would be take it to the dealership, have them try to flash something on, and if that doesn't work, the ECU's gone. So we learned something today, but I'm happy that we don't have to take this car to the dealership, even though I'm sure they'd be stoked to see it, but I don't like going to the dealership. So let's move on to a boost leak test. So what I'm concerned about is, technically speaking, we should be doing our boost leak test down on the turbo inlet and blocking off like the PCV lines and any line going to the crankcase. But I think what would be easier, because I'm mainly concerned about the supercharger leaking at the flanges and stuff like that because of me having to tilt it to get that adapter out to tap it. So what I'm thinking is maybe I will start the boost leak test here. I think that's going to be easiest. And then the only thing I'm concerned about is the lines running off pre-throttle body, or I guess that's post-throttle body. But I think those have a check valve in them down in the crankcase. So we should be fine. But let's try that. I'll get everything set up, and then we'll run the test. All right, so we do have a leak, but it's not leaking from there. It's leaking from somewhere back here, and I cannot move over here. I cannot tell exactly where it's coming from. I can feel the airflow. So it's either going to be like this gasket along there, because these are the twin intercoolers, right, that sit on the back of this. So the supercharger feeds hot air up through these, and you've got two big air-to-water intercoolers in there to cool the air down before it goes down into the engine itself. But that means that these have to be sealed 100%. But I cannot, for the life of me, find out where that leak is coming from. Let me see if I can move my mic so you guys can hear it. Yeah, it's definitely a good-sized leak. So we will see. Maybe what I'll do, just to eliminate this being a variable, I'll hook up that elbow again and run this, you know, further away. And so that way, it should give us, I don't know if it'll give us any more room, but we should at least be able to determine if this is leaking itself, which I don't think it is, but I want to eliminate that before I start tearing into this. So let's try that. Oh, we still have a leak. So I'm thinking it's coming from that bolt head there, because I can feel the air on my finger. So let's try to get that fixed. Oh, we have leakage. So this flange right here is leaking severely down along that edge. Now what sucks about that is I've dealt with that particular flange before. I thought I had it under control because I think a while ago I did a boost leak test on this and it was fine. And so it must have just blown out. Maybe it was all that excessive boost we were running. But what sucks is getting that thing off is a nightmare. So you can imagine this intercooler sits almost, well, no, it goes pretty much to the very end right there. Okay, so we don't have enough room to slide out. So I'm gonna have to remove this. I'm gonna have to remove the throttle body. I'll have to take off the vacuum assist, and I still don't think it'll slide all the way out, but as long as I can get it out far enough that I can, you know, clean up the flanges and then silicone it back up and put it back on, we should be good. So that's our next step. Let's go ahead and get started on that. Well, we got all the bolts out, so we're good there. But now the hard part is actually getting that to pop off that, because obviously that's all covered in silicone, but this is a very soft aluminum piece. And so we're trying not to bend it. And that's gonna be the hardest part, is just getting that off without bending it. I'm gonna try to do all this without taking off any of that stuff. Obviously we took off the throttle body. I'm gonna see how far we can get, because if I can just get in there, clean up the flanges, and I'm going to put a crap ton of silicone in there, because before this car was going to SEMA and I didn't want just a big huge bead of silicone there. Even though I didn't do the best job, it's still kind of messy. But this time I'm worried more just about sealing, so we're going to use a bunch of silicone. So let's see if we can do that. Let me show you where we're at. So got the intercooler mostly out, right? And then this little soft piece here, that's just to help prevent air flowing over and around the intercooler. Air is always going to go through the path of least resistance, so they put that in there just to stop that from happening. But what I'm mainly concerned about is this flange itself, because I need to get this cleaned up and this flange cleaned up, but it's really hard to get to all that. Now I don't really want to take that off, because I can't remember how I got these on with this bracket on the strut bar, but I remember it not being fun. And so I don't know. I know I should take it off. Maybe we should. Let's try it. I'm gonna take it off. Hold on.
Hour after hour. Hey, work.
All right, that actually wasn't too bad. But we can't get it all the way out. There's just too much stuff jumbled up in there, and I don't want to drain the system and take off the lines back here that feed the intercooler. So I think I'll just, shake it a little bit, as good as possible, try to clean up, I think I need food. Anyway, try to clean up the flange. I'm sorry for the shaking. Try to clean up the flanges and get some silicone on there and put it back together, and then let it dry. Maybe we'll do a compression check while it's drying, and then do another boost test. Here we go.
Hour after hour, I've been pounding on the pavement. I've been working through the late shift. I've been out here trying to make it happen if you want to take it. Patience turns greatness. Look at the way that we grow. There's only one way we can go. Hour after hour, I've been pounding on the pavement. I've been working through the late shift. I've been out here trying to make it happen if you want to take it. Patience turns greatness. Look at the way that we grow. There's only one way.
Back again. All right, so I kind of messed up. I thought I could get this out, and I ended up tearing this. So we'll just kind of have to make do. But I was able to access underneath from here with a razor blade. It's not as perfect as I want it to be, but I think it's clean enough that we can apply a silicone bead and seal it back up. But I need to grab some lunch, so I'll see you guys here in just a minute.
They hating on you, Killmonger. Paradise speaking my language, homie. You should've known we never break or take vacations on it. Raise my city from the grave, they have a banquet for me. I just hope you really love me and you patient for me. Hour after hour, I've been pounding on the.
Well, I was gonna work on the intercooler, but we had some very exciting news that just happened. This STI here behind me, we officially have a winner for it. If you guys didn't know, we were giving it away, and we sent out the announcement to the winner, and he responded back, filled out all the paperwork, everything is good to go. So he's from California, and I'm just really excited because this is very big news for us. We've never done a giveaway before, and so to actually have somebody win it, and I'm kind of personally stoked on the guy who did win it. And so I'm just really excited, but of course we'll announce later on, we'll make kind of a big hoopla out of it. But either way, that's very exciting. So where are we at right now? Well, we've got the intercooler all siliconed up. It's definitely not pretty, and that's probably the good side. It gets worse as you go down, but there should be enough silicone on there to seal that sucker permanently. So we're gonna wait for that to dry just a minute, and then we'll go ahead and button that back down.
Pounding on the pavement, I've been working through the late shift. I've been out here trying to make it happen if you want to take it. Patience turns greatness. Look at the way that we grow. There's only one way we can go. Hour after hour, I've been pounding on the pavement. I've been working through the late shift. I've been out here trying to make it happen if you want to take it. Patience turns greatness. Look at the way that we grow.
That's on. So these are all tight, but not torqued. So I think I'll wait for that to dry a little bit, and then we'll go ahead and torque those all down. But for now, while we're doing that, or while we're waiting, we can go ahead and get spark plugs out and do a compression check. Now, this is problematic just because everything's so tight. And I think, if I remember correctly, we'll just have to take out the air box and the ECU bracket, and that should give us enough room. So let's get started. All right, got the one side done, that's good. And we'll start over on this side, take off the negative battery cable and remove those plugs, and then we can start on the compression test. Here comes the scary part, the compression check. Now, one thing, the actual probe, it uses an 18 millimeter socket size, which is a problem because an 18 millimeter won't fit down in the bores of the actual plug. So if this gets stuck in there, I'm gonna have a hell of a time trying to get that out. So I tightened that as much as I felt comfortable on there. So hopefully we don't run into that problem, but let's go ahead and check the compression. Okay, that's pretty good, 152. All right, number 2, go for it. Ooh, about 162. 180. About 170-ish. Yeah, that's a lot better, 170 or 160. No, 170, I don't know what that is. Our engine is officially not blown up, so we're good. Yeah, that's good. So that makes me feel a lot better. So we'll get this all torqued down. I'll get the car put back together. We'll do another boost leak test and go from there. But the fact that compression is good makes me really happy because we've run this car with way too much boost. I mean, the boost gauge goes to 25, I think, and we pegged it before. So, you know, whatevs, send it. We got this all tightened down. I'm waiting for spark plugs because we'll go ahead and install new plugs. But for right now, the reason I'm not going to do a video tomorrow is because we're doing a little like event party in the shop. So I have to clean all that out. And so you guys actually won't see this video tonight. You'll probably see it tomorrow because I'll edit it tomorrow. But I got to get some chairs unloaded and then we'll get back to the WRX. I really thought that'd be a cooler time lapse, but we're done with that. So before the end of the night, I want to get this car wrapped up and done before I leave. So we're just going to get the charge pipe put back on. We're going to mount the strut tower bar and the reservoir and the pump. And then once the spark plugs come in, we'll put those in, get the ECU mounted back up, get the airbox back in, and hopefully be done before I leave for tonight. Let's get started. Plugs, and that's all done. So get the plugs installed, put the airbox back on, bolt the ECU back down, and then we're gonna lift that STI up in the air and put the WRX under it because like I said, this whole place needs to be cleared out for tomorrow. All right, before we install these plugs, one thing that's never a bad idea is just to make sure they're all gapped. So these should come pre-gapped at roughly 0.019 or 0.483 millimeters. You can see that, it's our little feeler gauge. So we can just take each plug and you're really just looking to make sure that it's just slides through. And these all look pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and get these things installed. Car's done. Got it all bolted back together. I just want to make sure it's going to start. All right, we're good. So now what I need to do is get this STI up in the air, and then we'll move the WRX underneath the STI because we need, again, this whole area. We're going to set up all of these chairs tomorrow. We're doing like a little party thing in the shop. I'll get this all cleaned up, but let's get the that car up in the air. All right, guys, that's it. So tomorrow I won't be working on this car. I'll probably be doing like what's in the box videos and stuff like that. But we got a lot done today. Compression's good. We'll check the boost leak again on Monday, just make sure what I did. I'm sure there will be more boost leaks, but I just want to make sure what I did at least sealed up that portion of it. We put in new plugs, and as long as the boost leaks check out on Monday, we should be good for the dyno. So I'm pretty excited. Again, you won't see this video tonight, Thursday. You'll see it, I'll try to get edited Friday morning because it's already like 5 o'clock here. So anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Again, if there's anything I can do to make these videos better, more entertaining, whatever, let me know. I'm more than happy to try it out. I mean, we've been trying a few different things and I've been having a lot of fun doing this. So I really, really appreciate you guys watching. I love all the comments, all the support. Everything's just been phenomenal. You guys are awesome. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.